Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. We hear a lot about AI being the big game changer, right?
All the time.
But our deep dive today, it suggests there's this other technological wave coming, maybe even bigger.
You mean quantum computing?
Exactly, quantum computing, and specifically its immediate disruptive impact on global security.
It's a profound shift. We might be moving from, bullets to qubits, as some sources put it.
Bullets to qubits. And the idea that this quantum revolution could genuinely make today's superpowers kind of irrelevant.
Well, yeah. The intelligence estimates we looked at, they're suggesting this isn't some far-off sci-fi thing.
Right.
A quantum breakthrough could potentially make current encryption useless, obsolete.
And not in decades like we used to think.
No, maybe in months. That's the alarming part. Long before most nations are really ready for that kind of shift.
Wow. Okay. So our mission today is to really get into how that could happen, how this revolution changes the global power map.
Precisely. Understanding the immediate strategic vulnerability.
Which brings us to this idea of a new arms race. Because quantum computers, they just operate differently using quantum mechanics, right?
Right. They perform calculations exponentially faster than our current classical computers.
And the immediate problem is encryption. Things like RSA, ECC. It's up protecting basically everything.
Everything. Decades of classified communications, critical infrastructure, financial systems.
And quantum could break that in. What, hours? Instead of the thousands of years we thought it would take.
That's the potential.
Yeah.
Hours, not millennia. It's a staggering vulnerability.
So if one nation gets there first, achieves this quantum supremacy.
Then you've got a winner-take-all scenario, potentially.
Okay, explain that. What does winner-take-all actually look like in this context?
Imagine one country suddenly being able to decrypt decades of another country's secrets instantly,
Okay.
but also maybe subtly manipulating their financial markets or tweaking their power grid controls?
Without anyone knowing. Undetected.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
It completely flips traditional power dynamics on their head.
Yeah, that's unsettling. So specifically for cyber warfare, what are the big nightmare scenarios the sources point to?
Well, the big one is algorithms like Shor's algorithm. If you have a powerful enough quantum computer...
It breaks the encryption we rely on.
Exactly. Banking systems wide open, military comms compromised, classified intelligence archives basically unlocked.
And critical infrastructure, you mentioned power grids.
Think about multiple systems failing at once. Power, finance, communications, cascading failures across society.
They're bubbling.
And potentially untraceable. Quantum operations might leave a much smaller digital footprint, making it incredibly hard to figure out who did it.
So untraceable warfare with massive impact. Okay, what's the defense? How do we fight back?
That's the race for quantum-proof security. Post-quantum cryptography, or PQC.
Right, NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, they're working on standardizing this stuff.
Yes, NIST and other agencies globally, they're looking at things like lattice-based, hash-based cryptography, different mathematical approaches.
And they published the first standards back in 2022.
They did, but getting it fully implemented everywhere, that's the challenge.
How long does that take?
Estimates are, 5 to 10 years, maybe longer for some complex systems.
5 to 10 years. But you said the threat might be months away. That time frame feels tight. Potentially too late.
It could be. That's the worry. Because of this harvest now, decrypt later threat.
Ah, right. So adversaries are maybe grabbing encrypted data now.
And just sitting on it, waiting for a quantum computer powerful enough to break it later.
So the clock is already ticking, even if the quantum computers aren't quite there yet.
Exactly. And the hurdles to upgrading aren't just technical. These are huge migration challenges.
Like what?
Well, just finding every system that's vulnerable, ensuring the new stuff works with the old stuff, backward compatibility.
And resources, I imagine. Not every country has the same capability to make this switch.
Absolutely not. There's a huge disparity in global resources for this kind of transition.
Okay, so cracking codes is the big scary headline. But quantum offers advantages too, right? Beyond breaking things.
Definitely. Quantum AI, for instance. Imagine processing these enormous intelligence data sets in real time.
Finding patterns humans would miss for predicting threats.
Precisely. Predictive threat assessment. Then there's optimizing military logistics, battlefield tactics. Even material science.
Material science, like for
Developing new materials for advanced weapons, maybe better armor, or even, next-gen stealth technologies.
so it's offense and defense, breaking and building. This really is reshaping everything,
It is, and it leads to this geopolitical chessboard idea.
where you have different tiers of quantum capability.
Right. The sources talk about a quantum elite US, China, the EU, maybe, then quantum developing nations like Russia, Japan, Canada.
And then everyone else, the quantum dependent or vulnerable.
Yeah, nations lacking the resources or relying heavily on others for the technology. It creates new dependencies, new vulnerabilities.
So a country could have a strong conventional military, but be incredibly vulnerable in the quantum age if their digital infrastructure isn't secure.
Exactly. Their digital sovereignty is at risk, which is why there's an urgent call for things like international governance on quantum tech.
And maybe sharing defensive tech, setting ethical rules.
All of that. Plus, just basic quantum literacy for policymakers so they understand what's at stake.
It's not just about who builds the fastest machine then.
No, it's about who builds the most resilient systems first and who understands the strategic implications.
This whole deep dive, it really shows this quantum race.
Mm.
It's not just tech competition, it's fundamentally redefining global security for generations.
It absolutely is. The future of global power, global security, it really seems to hinge on leadership in this quantum realm.
So maybe the final thought for you listening is to consider what this all means. How does this shift change your understanding of national defense, of international cooperation, even, your own personal security and privacy in the decades ahead? It's a profound change.